It is my honor to welcome parents, family members, teachers, administrators, and the CEO of Lorain City Schools, Mr. David Hardy, as well as distinguished guests to the 2017-2018 Lorain High National Honor Society induction ceremony. If you would please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Lorain High School JROTC under the direction of Colonel Owen, and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by our special guest, Dominique Bennett. Tonight's color guard consists of the following cadets: Command Sergeant Major Sandra Morero, Sergeant Ivan Barrios, Captain Matthew Gannon, and Captain Sarah Hopkins.
Heart, time, heart. Color guard, halt. Half, pace. Freeze, head, halt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Heart, heart. Halt. Freeze, head, halt. Heart, heart. Halt. Right, hey. Forward, heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with pleasure to present to you the Lorain High School Principal, Mrs. Robin Hopkins.
Good evening. You all may be seated. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome you at this time to our National Honor Society induction. The students being honored tonight did not end up here by happenstance or by accident. They did the work. They did the work when it was easy, when it wasn't easy. They did the work when it was difficult and when they didn't want to do it. I read a quote that states, "Success is not the result of spontaneous combustion. You must first set yourself on fire." These titans set themselves on fire, and they decided that success in school, success in life was a priority. So congratulations to our inductees, congratulations to our parents, and thank you for being model titans and for setting yourself on fire for your future. Again, welcome, and I'd like to turn this program over now to Mr. Stephen Cawthon as the advisor for the National Honor Society.
Thank you, Mrs. Hopkins. Tonight, we celebrate the induction of the Lorain High School Titans into the National Honor Society. The purpose of the National Honor Society at Lorain High School is to create an enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to provide service, to provide and promote worthy leadership, and to encourage the development of character in all of our students. Throughout history, man has recognized and marked for special honor those who excel. In electing individuals to the National Honor Society, the secondary school faculty honors the attainment already made and recognizes the promise of continued excellence in the cherished ideals of this school. With the founding of the National Honor Society in 1921 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the National Council created an official and uniform emblem for the National Honor Society with 4 fundamental principles that exist even to this day: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The students of Lorain High School that are members of the National Honor Society are successful due to their efforts and those of the important individuals in their lives: parents, relatives, teachers, administrators, and staff. These students are scholars. They are artists, researchers, athletes, musicians, and creative minds who are among the most excellent in their class, and everyone who has touched their lives should be proud of their induction into the National Honor Society. At this time, I would like to introduce the elected officials for the 2017-2018 Lorain High School National Honor Society. As I introduce each officer, I will present them with a rose. This rose is a symbol of your initiation and membership in the National Honor Society. Treasurer, Senior Yana Cash. Secretary, Senior James Rufo. Vice President, Senior Justin Sturgill. And President, Senior Evelyn Williams. I am privileged to now turn this program over to the President of the National Honor Society, Miss Evelyn Williams.
I will now light this center candle to symbolize the NHS flaming torch, and as the candles represent the fundamental principles of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The Lorain High Orchestra, under the direction of Mr. Timothy Civic, will now provide music as the National Honor Society inductees process into the auditorium. It is my honor to introduce the 2017-18 members of the Lorain High National Honor Society. We will begin with our returning senior members. Barranco. Layla Carrion. Keandre Davis. Angeli Ortiz. Alexis Sexton. Rose Soto. Now for our new senior inductees. Jemiah Greenhill. Kobe Goodwin Pyers. Deliana Irizarry. John. David Larson. Candelaria McDowell. Jonathan Merchant. Rafael Pacheco. Angelica Patterson. Maria Rodriguez. Kelsey Saunders. Janelle Shannon. Anna Taylor. And now for our new junior inductees. Azaria Blair. Naya Espedia. Christopher Gannett. Lavelle Hall Jr. Hannah Hilko. Carissa Holcomb. Gabriella Jackson. Molly Codman. Marlena LaBoy. Alana Lopez. Kalia Mayer. Sarah Ortiz. Allison Otero. Maya Pappas. Fabian Perez. Andreas Ramos. Maya Ritchie. Isabella Teeter. Damian Thomas. And Jasmine Vasquez. At this time, we will recite the pledge of the National Honor Society. Inductees, please repeat after me. I pledge myself, to uphold the high purposes, of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I'll be true to the principles, for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. I will maintain and encourage high standards of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. I now proclaim you duly installed members of the National Honor Society. Inductees, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce National Honor Society member Rafael Pacheco to sing the Lorain High alma mater.
Alma mater, we do pledge to thee our loyalty, right and true. We will honor thee in all we do, the silver and the blue. For the precious memories, knowledge given, friendships old and new, we will ever sing our praise to you. Our alma mater, Lorain High.
As Vice President of the National Honor Society, it is my honor to present the speakers for tonight's induction ceremony. We will now hear from a few selected members on the key principles of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Our first speaker of tonight will be David Larson. He will be speaking upon character. David Larson is currently a senior at Lorain High. He is a 3-year letterman in football and a 4-year letterman in track. He takes mostly college credit plus and honors courses and is an honor roll student. David also is a member of the Lorain High School and Leo Club. After high school, he plans to attend college to study athletic training. He also plans to play football during college. If that doesn't work out, he just wants to be successful in whatever life throws at him.
All right, hey, okay. I'm here today to talk about the importance of a person's character. It is not only an important part of National Honor Society, but life. Whenever you apply to become a National Honor Society member, the 4 things that they focus on are leadership, service, oh crap, what's the other one? I don't know. There's another one, and there's character. I probably don't speak for everyone, but I believe that a person's character is the most important part of them. You could look at character in 2 ways. One of them is a character in a movie or a TV show. Even though those characters are nice, it's not the important one. The type of character that is important is your character. The way that you handle yourself. The way that you handle your everyday life, your beliefs, your values. And are you a hothead that gets mad when someone glances at you a weird way? Maybe you're the person who never speaks out and lets people walk all over you. There is nothing wrong with being either of those ways, but it's not what you should aim to be. When I think of character traits in a person that are good, they're ones of people that do the right things all the time. I think of a person who does the little things right. A person who will do what is morally right, even in their hardest and darkest hours. I also think of a person that will help others. And not only do that, but make people around them better in the process of doing so. And also, they will set a good standard of how to act. I am very fortunate to have great people in my life who have helped my character to develop into a decent one. I have had great teachers that have taught me my great learning habits. My parents have done a pretty good job of teaching me right from wrong and how to handle my everyday life. And I have amazing friends who have helped me teach things that no adult or a book can teach. They have helped me learn how to handle situations that I would otherwise have no clue how to handle. But just because all these great people help me in my life does not mean I'm perfect. I will probably never have perfect character traits. One thing that I will say, though, is until the day that I die, I will work on my character because I personally believe that character is everything. No matter what you do in life, your character will always be there. No matter what job you get, no matter what school you go to, your character will always be there. If you have terrible character, what does that say about you? Does it say, hey, this is one of the greatest people I know? Or does it say, hey, stay away from this person? They're, troublemakers. Having bad character, I believe, is worse than failing a class. You can always retake that class, but you can never take back what you say or how you act. I am currently going through the college football recruiting process, and one of the first things they ask is this kid a nice kid? Does he have high moral standards, or is he a jerk to everyone? I think that I have been a good enough person, but only time will tell. I would like to conclude by telling everyone something about my mom. She is what I think of when I think of a person with great character. Even though she has the stress of teaching 6th grade students, she doesn't stop being a good person while doing so. She always tries what to do not only is best for her, but for the people around her. And when she's done dealing with people at school, she still somehow finds the energy to come home to be a loving, caring, and supportive mother. Also, she's always there for her mother and her siblings. They can always count on her if they ever need someone to do something for them. She is not perfect, just like me, but she is the closest that I have seen. Thank you, Mom, for setting that good example for me. Thank you guys for being a good audience.
Next member who will be speaking about scholarship is Evelyn Williams. Evelyn Williams, the daughter of Melanie and Ronnie Williams, is a second-year member of National Honor Society, as well as this year's president. In addition to being a member of National Honor Society, Evelyn has also participated in both varsity volleyball and cheerleading for the past 4 years. Outside of the classroom, Evelyn enjoys dedicating her time to others by participating in various community service activities. These activities include being a Special Olympic buddy, as well as participating in Mary Lee Tucker Clothe a Child every holiday season for the past 5 years. Following graduation, Evelyn plans on attending college to pursue a degree in physical therapy. Evelyn Williams.
Tonight, I will be speaking to you all about scholarship. The simple definition of scholarship, according to the dictionary, is academic study or achievement. To me, however, the true essence of scholarship cannot be captured in those few words. All of us on the stage in front of you tonight can be considered as scholars because we have met the academic requirements necessary to be a part of this esteemed society. But there's more to it than that. Scholarship is not merely academic achievement, rather it is the journey that it takes to get there. Our journeys of scholarship began when we walked through the doors of kindergarten. We may not have been learning about complex subjects such as microphysics or neuroscience, but still, we were learning. In those early days, going to school every day meant the chance to learn something new, the chance to discover something our young minds have never fathomed possible. We were not afraid to ask questions because when you're 5, no question is stupid. We may not have known it at the time, but disguised in those days of cutting and pasting, we were establishing the foundation for future knowledge. This journey continued in elementary and middle school. Again, what we were learning may not have seemed substantial at the time, but every piece of knowledge that we gathered along the way has impacted us in one way or another. Whether that be learning the early principles of math that we still use to this day, or learning to write the simple essays that have grown and matured into the complex ones we write now, these experiences have shaped us into the students that are standing in front of you today. I believe that these early years of schooling serve not only to teach us new things academically, but to also teach us how to form relationships and become members of our community. These years may have been awkward because we were all still trying to figure out who we were and who we wanted to be, but all of these little experiences are what make up the culmination of the people we are today. That definition of scholarship that the dictionary gives us does not do this journey that we've taken any justice. Scholarship is not something as tangible as grades on a transcript or words on a piece of paper. Scholarship is not something that you can hold in your hand, whether it's the hard work and dedication to success that you can feel in your heart. As I mentioned earlier in my speech, we all started this journey in kindergarten when the world was still a new and wonderful place. The world is still that same place, but over the years, I believe that we as a generation have lost sight of that. As we have grown, I think that we have come under the false impression that we know everything. However, this is not and never will be the case. I do not want you all to think that learning stops when you cross the graduation stage, whether that is from college or high school. In fact, learning should never stop because it is essential to life as the air we breathe. Food and water may be what it takes to grow, for your body to grow, but learning is what grows your mind. I understand that not all of you may share my passion for education, but I do challenge you to do this, to be lifelong learners. Do not be afraid to ask questions in the pursuit of further knowledge, and do not be afraid to learn everything possible. After all, education is the greatest equalizer, and it will take you as far as you will allow it to. Thank you.
Our next speaker on leadership is Rafael Pacheco. Rafael is 17 years old and is currently enjoying his senior year. He cannot wait for the next stage of his life, to start with college life, but is still sad to close the books on his high school career. He is currently involved in multiple musical shows and is preparing for a theater competition in Atlanta, Georgia. Rafael also keeps himself busy by being the president of the 4-H Club and his involvement in the Leo Club. Rafael is very excited to be a part of the National Honor Society and can't wait to see what life throws at him next. Rafael Pacheco.
National Honor Society means many different things. It includes all of the characteristics that make up the role model high school student. This includes the respect, care, and dignity that follows the National Honor student around as they move through their high school experience and into what evolves into their later life. But any student can also have these qualities, yet they are not considered that top league that is National Honor Society. This is due to one of the most important characteristics that a student can have, a characteristic that will shape them into a more prominent figure in whatever field that they go into, this characteristic being leadership. But what does it mean to be a leader? Many people can come up with different definitions, but to me, I feel that you can more relate with it when you are given examples. To give an even more personal tone, I will give you examples that I myself see in school every day by some of the people that you see on stage here. To be a leader is to speak about what you agree with, and more importantly, what you disagree with. If these topics are not brought up, then there is no way that we can move forward as individuals and a society. They also prove very interesting when you have such creative and forward-thinking minds behind them. To be a leader is to go up in front of a class and perform a presentation, while others would rather sit down in the background, happy with mediocrity. We are brave and prefer to speak our minds. But this doesn't just concern leading a project. This trait can travel into multiple different avenues that will help each student up here later in life in more ways than one. To be a leader is to sit by the kid in lunch that always eats by themselves at the end of the table. It's either because they are too shy to interact with the people around them, or they're just new and have no friends. This is one of my favorite examples because I myself know how it feels to be that new kid in school, and I know how hard it is to get new friends. While most see an uncomfortable situation, we see an opportunity to meet someone new. To be a leader is to protect the people that cannot protect themselves and help them grow as a result. If we have the ability to help somebody, it is our duty to do so, even if the people closest to us don't agree with it. It is this attitude that makes all of these students that you see before you successful. While all of them are constantly busy with sports, community service, and other organizations, they are still involved and find the time to be the role model student in their environment and preach the right thing, not by saying it, but by leading by example and showing what needs to be done. While all of these examples are great at telling what leadership is, it still doesn't get the main meaning behind it. To have the courage to step up out of the shadows of your peers and prove that you have what it takes to be respected by them is already an impressive feat. But to take it to the next level and inspire your peers to do the same makes you a leader. This is the main point of being a leader, to inspire the people around you to be better than what they were before. All of these people on stage have done this in some way, and it's one of the key elements that make them the respected individuals that they are. I hope that everyone who has been affected by the people up here will be inspired to achieve what we have and become the next generation of National Honor Society. To me, that is what National Honor Society is all about, and I am proud to represent that.
Last but not least, Rose Odom will talk about service. Rose Soto is a senior here at Lorain High School. She has acquired an outstanding academic standard throughout high school. She learned to set the bar high. Therefore, she prides herself in being very intentional in managing her time. This past summer, she was blessed at work at the treasurer's office. Rose and her mom shared some special moments volunteering with United Way. Just to mention a few things they participate in, some community services such as delivering groceries to the elderly, sorting and boxing food products at Second Harvest. This fall, Rose will be attending Ashland University, where she plans to major in accounting and double minor in finance and Spanish. Rose plans to be instrumental in assisting to enhance the life of her dad and 3 siblings that live in Haiti. Rose Soto.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be speaking on the act of service. According to Merriam-Webster, service means the contribution to the welfare of others. Also, in the book of Matthew 22:39, it reads that we are to love our neighbor as yourself. Service is showing others that you care. As a good citizen, we are to help those in need. Well, guess what? We are needy people. No one is exempt from having problems. Struggles come in all shapes and sizes. Fears, addictions, persecution, and worries can seem to take over our thoughts. We will all face trials, but we are not to lose hope. My standing here tonight is a great honor, but trust me, the reason I'm able to do it is because of someone very special in my life, my mother. Her words of encouragement built my faith to step out in courage and speak on something very close to my heart. At some time or other, we need a word of encouragement. It lies in everyone's hearts to help one another, whether we realize it or not. It doesn't always take a lot of money to express kindness and love. One of the most valuable ways to serve others is to show them that you care. When I was in 2nd grade, I was bullied by a classmate. After seeking guidance, my mom spoke to the girl's mother and got permission to take her out to McDonald's with us. She and I played a lot, and on our way home, we had some ice cream. My mom's kindness brought some healing to the girl's life. She was never mean to me again. A simple smile, a gentle word, a compliment can brighten up a person's day. When others need our help most, we should try to find a way to show them that we care. To quote Morgan Freeman in the movie Elvin Almighty, it takes one single act of kindness at a time to show someone that you care. I believe that every student here on this platform this evening has family and friends here honoring them for their accomplishments. We all stand here because we have worked really hard. The truth is that it has been because you have believed in us. Your words of encouragement has carried us this far. As we continue on this journey of our high school years, we will need you even more. The big decisions that await us are somewhat frightening. Many of us come across as though we have everything under control, but don't let us fool you. Your kind words of guidance, of encouragement, even sharing some of your life experiences when you were at this crossroad would be a great help. One of the greatest gifts you can send your son or daughter off to college with is to spend time volunteering or giving your time together. Those are sweet memories that will be cherished forever. In closing, I want to leave you with this quote found in 1 Corinthians 13:4-5. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. So remember, it only takes one act of kindness to show you care. Thank you.
A special thanks for helping with tonight's ceremony goes out to Helen Pagan, Dino Pappas, Tim Civic, Colonel Owen, Joe Bach, and the entire custodial staff for making this evening possible. There will be refreshments in the cafeteria at the conclusion of the ceremony. National Honor Society members, please rise, and as this ceremony concludes, take with you the pride and prestige that goes with being a member of the National Honor Society.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.